What if I told you that AI could help you plan lessons, create engaging activities, and find authentic materials without spending hours on the web? Today, I'm sharing my 3 favorite AI tools that I use personally as an EFL educator. These tools will help you save time, make lesson planning effortless, and help your students actually enjoy learning. And the best part, you don't have to be a tech genius to use them. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Richard, and I help teachers and educators make AI work for them. If you want quick, practical AI tips that will save you time and boost creativity in the classroom, you're in the right place. First up is MagicSchool AI. MagicSchool AI is the best all-around AI tool for teachers who are just getting started with AI. Now, one of the things I love about MagicSchool AI is that everything is packaged so neatly and so easily to use. So let's take a look. So say I was creating a beginner lesson plan for a young class, and our topic was food. So I wanted to make a quick worksheet that they could practice after we talked about it in the discussion. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over to MagicSchool AI. Now I'm using the free version. For most teachers, this is all you need. So let's take a look. Well, if I'm going to create a worksheet, here I have a worksheet generator. If you'd like me to go into more detail of all the other tools, leave me a comment down below. So when you open up the worksheet generator, the first thing it's going to ask you to do is it's going to ask you to enter in a grade level. For this demonstration, I will pick 3rd grade. And now the next thing I need a topic or text. Now you can dictate with your microphone, or you can add maybe a vocabulary list, or you can add a chapter from your book or your entire textbook here. But for now, I'm just going to say that I want to create a beginner food lesson. So then I click generate. And there we go. So MagicSchool AI creates a quick and simple worksheet. We have fill in the blanks. We have multiple choice questions. And at the end, maybe for a little bit higher level students, we have some open-ended example questions. Now, if you want to export this, unfortunately, you're going to have to upgrade to the Pro plan. However, you can copy it and easily add this to a Google Doc. What separates MagicSchool AI from other AI tools is one important feature. MagicSchool AI allows you to create your own rooms or classrooms for your students, which gives students access to safe AI. I wouldn't do this with Google Gemini or ChatGPT, but with MagicSchool, you can be sure that the students are not going to be producing anything that you don't want them to. Next up is Perplexity AI, my go-to research tool. Now, instead of spending hours searching through countless blogs and websites for maybe vocabulary or lesson ideas, Perplexity will give you straight answers with sources. So let's take a look. So let's say that I'm planning a lesson on English idioms for my EFL class. So here I'll enter a quick prompt, common English idioms with real-life examples and sources. Click search, and in seconds, Perplexity is going to bring up a list of different English idioms. Now, not only does Perplexity give me examples of the idioms, it also defines them, and over here in the top, it even gives me a video that I could watch to learn more about English idioms, or that I could possibly share with my students. Now, pro tip for using Perplexity is don't ignore the related search queries. These are fantastic for digging deeper or maybe even getting more information about what you're learning or what you're planning on teaching. So all you have to do is just click one, and Perplexity will do another search and give you more details about your topic. Now, the great thing about Perplexity is that the free version gives you unlimited regular searches per day and 3 pro searches. In the 2 years that I've been using Perplexity, I've never needed to upgrade. The pro searches are better, but for most people, you won't need them. So I highly recommend sticking with the free plan. The final tool, and by far my favorite tool that I use on a daily basis is ChatGPT. I'm sure by now most people have used the free version and it's fantastic. However, I highly recommend using ChatGPT Plus. For $20 a month, you're getting the best and latest AI tool by far. So let's take a look at how I use ChatGPT to plan lessons. So the first thing is I'm going to create a little prompt here. So create a 50-minute EFL lesson plan for intermediate students on using past tense for storytelling. Include a warm-up, guided practice, and creative writing activity. If you'd like to learn more about how to create prompts, check out the next video. So clicking on ChatGPT, let's see what we get. So right away, ChatGPT is going to give me a great starter lesson plan. But of course, I'm not going to just copy and paste this and use this in my classes. I'm going to go in and I'm going to iterate on different parts that I think could make the lesson plan even better. But for now, this is a great starter lesson. So a couple of the features that I love, new features that I love about ChatGPT are Canvas and projects. Think of Canvas as a Word document that you can edit section by section. Let's open this up in Canvas and give it a try. So I open up Canvas by clicking the little pen tool right here. It says Edit in Canvas. Now it's going to open up with two windows. The window on the right is where I'll do my editing. The window on the left is where I'll prompt ChatGPT to make those edits. Now, like I said, this is similar to a Word doc where I can actually edit things. So for example, I can type something in here. I can just edit manually if I'd like. But that's not why I'm here. I'm here to get AI to do the hard work for me. So looking at this lesson plan, let's say that I wanted to maybe add more details to the wrap-up, or I wanted to make the wrap-up a little bit more challenging for my students. So I come over to the chat window and I ask ChatGPT, make the wrap-up more difficult for my students. Hit enter. Now here's the big difference between using Canvas and using just regular ChatGPT. In regular ChatGPT, if I did this, it's probably going to output just the final wrap-up or just what I asked for at the end, or it may completely rewrite the lesson plan, but it may rewrite it differently. In Canvas, however, what it does is it goes back through the entire lesson plan and only changes the part that I asked it to. So as you can see here, down the bottom, it's changed the wrap-up to make it a little bit more difficult or challenging for my students. Another new feature of ChatGPT that I love is projects. When we first got ChatGPT, it was difficult to keep all our chats organized. But now with projects, that's very simple. So let's take a look. So over here we have projects. We're gonna hit the plus sign. We're gonna name our project. In this case, we'll call it EFL classes. Click Create Project. So now what I can do is I can add files. So what I like to do is I might add my textbook that I'm using with my students. I might add vocabulary that we're using that day, or any kind of material that's relevant to my classes here. Also, we can add specific instructions. These instructions ChatGPT will follow every time you prompt it to give you information. So for example, maybe you want to say how you want the output. You want ChatGPT to create quizzes. You want ChatGPT to be witty or give short answers. That's what you would add in your instructions. Okay, so now all I have to do here is start a chat. So I've created one already. So again, I can create my lesson plan directly in here, or if I've already created my lesson plan, an easy way to do this is just come down to my last chat, my storytelling lesson plan, and just add it to my project. So now every time I use this project or start a new chat with this project, ChatGPT will review all my past chats, and it'll include that information if I need it into my outputs. So there you have it. 3 AI tools that every teacher should have in their tool belt. MagicSchool AI for beginners, Perplexity for doing research, and of course, ChatGPT the all-in-one best tool you could ever have. If you'd like to know more about how to use ChatGPT for creating lesson plans, click the next video